Hey guys, this is another video. We are going to be doing the seasonal video for what will I be watching in the next season, the fall 2024 season. Let's just get right into it and jump right in. No need to waste any time. So, the first anime, Re:Zero. Obviously, I'm watching Re:Zero. Who isn't going to be watching Re:Zero next season? Everybody's going to be watching Re:Zero. So, obviously, I'm going to be watching Re:Zero Season 3. Hyped as hell. Season 2 was amazing. Dawn to Dawn. Again, watching Dawn to Dawn. I've read one volume of Dawn to Dawn's manga. I really enjoyed it. Haven't gotten around to finishing it or getting caught up on it. But the anime, I'm excited for it because it looks amazing. Blue Lock Season 2. Now this one may or may not be controversial. I honestly don't know if I'm going to be watching Blue Lock Season 2. I'm not even going to lie about that. I thought Blue Lock Season 1 was kind of mid. Like if I was going to compare soccer anime from that year, I think I like Aoashi more, I'm not going to lie. I think I'll give it a go, see how it is, see if it's any decent, but honestly, I'm probably not going to finish Season 2 of Blue Lock, but we'll see. Maybe it could surprise me and be better than Season 1. Uzumaki. I'm probably not going to watch Uzumaki, honestly. I'm not really a horror guy. I may or may not watch it. Junji Ito is interesting and cool, and he does horror in a different way compared to how I hate it. So I don't know. I may check out Uzumaki. I may check it out. But as of right now, I'm not gonna be worrying about it. Bleach 1000 Year Blood War though, absolutely gonna be watching. I love Bleach, so of course I'm gonna be watching the next season of that. Gonna be keeping up with that. Now we got this one here. This is season 2 of this crappy isekai. The fact that it's ranked higher than Danmachi kind of pisses me off, but we'll get into that later. I watched season 1. The show's bad, but I may give it a go. I may see how it is. I know that I've given a brief look at this list, and I know this season's kind of stacked, so I don't know if I'm going to be watching this one, but I think I may give it a couple episodes to see. Ari Ferretta, again, same story. I'm going to give it a couple episodes, see. Maybe I'll watch it, maybe I won't. I have no idea, though, because, again, I give this season a brief look, and I know it's stacked. Shangri-La Frontier, Season 2, absolutely watching. I loved the first season. It was actually really funny. I just really liked it. It was just good. It was just a good show. It wasn't like the best thing ever, but it was fine. Danmachi, absolutely watching. It is criminal that it is underneath these 3 series. It is actually criminal. Like, I understand it being under these other ones, but it should not be under these 3. That is criminal to me. But either way, yes, I am watching Danmachi. I absolutely love Danmachi, so going to be continuing that. Blue Box, I think that's also criminal that it's this low, but either way, I honestly don't know if I'm going to watch the anime. I think I might give it a try, but I absolutely love the manga. So, yeah, I'm probably going to watch, I'm probably going to give it a go at least and see if it's any good. I mean, it looks decent, so there's that. At least I know the story and characters are going to be great because it's Blue Box, but yeah. And then for the next one here, we got Sword Art Online Alternative, Season 2. I have not even seen the first season. I heard it was good, but haven't seen it, so I don't know. We got Dragon Ball Daima. I think this was this the last thing that Toriyama worked on? I don't know. I don't actually remember. I'm probably not gonna watch it though. I'm not that big of a Dragon Ball fan. Like, I like Dragon Ball, but like, it's not something I'm gonna be like where I gotta check out all the spin-off series and everything like that. Like, it's fine, but I'm okay without that. We have another season of Blue Exorcist. I think we just had another season like last season or something. So it's kind of crazy we're getting another season of Blue Exorcist already. But hey, Blue Exorcist fans, you guys get more content, more anime. I have not watched Blue Exorcist since season 1. I really should get on it though. But anyway, yeah. So finally, the first new anime. Let's go ahead and read the description for this. You Are Miss Servant is the name of the anime. Let's see. This is the story of a maid who is all alone in the world, but who finally finds a family. Told from young that her only worth is as a killer, Yuki had known nothing else except cold efficiency and following orders. Now that she has a chance to leave her past behind, she arrives at the doorstep of Hideyoshi Yokoya, asking to be employed as a maid. Thus begins the journey of a former assassin learning what it means to be normal. Honestly, that sounds great. It's a comedy romance, but honestly, I'm down. I'm down to give that a try. That sounds good. So yeah, definitely gonna look at that. This one, I didn't even watch first season. It looks like a crappy mid isekai, so I'm not even gonna worry about that one. This one I also did not watch. I don't know how good this one is though. So you know, if you want it, season 2, there you go. You have it. We got Loner Life in Another World. I actually know of this series, but I don't really particularly care. But we'll read the description, and we'll see if it's gonna be any decent. When acerbic loner, I don't know what the hell that means, Haruka gets transported to another world with his class. He's not big on adventuring, but he wouldn't mind some cool magic of his own. Unfortunately, the magic powers are first come, first serve, and by Haruka's turn, there's nothing good left to choose from. Now he will have to take on this fantasy world the hard way, with a hodgepodge selection of bizarre skills, and with all the girls in class tagging along. Yeah, I'm probably not going to watch that, honestly. It sounds mid. But, you know, if you're into that kind of isekai stuff, good for you. You get that show, because I think this one's actually pretty popular, so I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it is. Because I've definitely heard of it. Whatever kind of Japanese title that is, I could read it, but we're not going to worry about that. So let's see. Takia and Rika are co-workers in a travel agency in Tokyo. They're both single, but they don't mind since they're introverts with fulfilling lives at home. Unfortunately, now their job is looking to staff an office in Siberia, and non-married employees are the first to be considered. Rika is desperate to avoid the transfer and goes to Tokyo with an idea. If they pretend they're getting married in a year, they can stay in Tokyo. The only problem is the two of them barely know each other. If the two quiet co-workers fake a relationship, will it turn into something more? Honestly, yeah, that sounds hilarious. I'm down for that. So we got the remake of Ranma 1/2. I'm down, honestly. I haven't even seen the original, but it's something I've always wanted to check out, so I'm definitely down to check out the remake of Ranma 1/2, 100%. So next is Yakuza Fiancé. Somei Renji is Somei Yoshino's grandfather and leader of the Somei group, the Kansai region's biggest Yakuza group. When he arranges for her to be married to Miyama Kirishima, Yoshino has to move to the Miyama clan estate, the Kanto region's biggest Yakuza group. Kirishima warmly welcomes Yoshino and is such a pleasant, personable, and nice young man that nobody would suspect that he comes from a Yakuza family. This puts Yoshino at ease, even though she was initially feeling insecure in this unfamiliar place. But then, a certain event leads to Yoshino witnessing the real Kirishima. Honestly, I already knew the series was coming out, and I was already excited for it because it sounded good. And it sounds good from that description, so absolutely gonna be checking that one out. I'll become the villainess who goes down in history. May, the same girl who hates all those prim and proper heroines, gets reincarnated as the villain in the world of my favorite fantasy dating sim. It's my dream come true, so I'm giving my I'm giving my mark on history by becoming the world's greatest villain. But to do that, I need to be stronger and smarter. Just one problem. The harder I try to be evil, the harder the prince falls for me. At this rate, will I ever be able to earn my place in history? Yeah, I mean, I was going to check this out anyway just from the title alone, but yeah, that sounds hilarious, so I'm definitely going to be checking that out. So we got Demon Lord 2099. The cyberpunk metropolis Shinjuku, a massive city-state bedecked with neon signs, towering skyscrapers, and the latest cutting-edge technology. It is here in year 2099 with the fused era where the legendary Demon Lord Vedoi, I don't know what the hell, I think that's Vedoi, I can't tell, has his second coming, 5 centuries in the making. But this landscape is nothing like what he conquered all those years ago, for the fusion of magic and engineering has elevated civilization to dazzling, unprecedented heights. Vedoi may have been reduced to a historical footnote, but make no mistake, this brave new world will be his to taking. I mean, it sounds okay. I don't know. I'm probably not going to worry about that one. I may check out a couple episodes, but I'm not too sure about that. Tying the knot with an Amagami sister. Uryu Kamihate, a high school student striving to enter Kyoto's University Medical School after being raised at an orphanage. Uryu is taken in by the chief priest in Amagami Shrine, where he begins to live as a freeloader and to cohabitate with Yayuna and Asahi, the 3 beautiful shrine maiden sisters. What's more, the condition he must meet in order to live at the shrine for free is to marry into the family and inherit the shrine. How will Uryu overcome his marriage meetings with three sisters, as well as the many challenges that the Amagami shrine faces? So begins the miraculous rom-com about living under the same roof with three shrine maidens. I mean, it sounds kind of funny, but the ecchi does definitely worry me there. I'm not too sure. I'm probably going to check out a couple episodes, but the ecchi definitely worries me, because I hate ecchi so much. I hate it so much, but I'll check out a couple. Demon Lord Retry R, or season 2 basically. I actually liked the first season of Demon Lord Retry. It's definitely mid. It's definitely mid. Don't get me wrong. But I liked the first season, so I'm probably going to check this one out. And probably the most criminal placing on this list right here, Natsume Yujinsho Season 7. Why is this so low? This series is incredible, and it should be way up at the top. Natsume Yujinsho should be all the way up here, right behind Bleach. The only thing that might be higher than that should be Danmachi. Natsume Yujinsho being all the way down here is criminal. If you have not checked out this series, by the way, I absolutely recommend you do so. I know 6 seasons is daunting, but it is so good. It is so worth it. Anyway, Orb on the Movements of Earth. The setting is 15th century Poland. It is a time when historical or heretical ideas lead to those who possess such a mindset to being burned at the stake for their beliefs. The protagonist, Rafai, a child prodigy, is expected to major in theology, the most important subject at the time. At the university where he plans to skip a grade, one day, however, he comes across a mysterious man and is now studying the possible truth in the midst of a heretical thought. That honestly sounds kind of interesting. It seems like almost kind of like a real story. I don't know if this is going to be like a real thing or not, but it sounds interesting, that's for sure. I may check that out. That actually sounds good. So I can already see this is going to be some kind of rom-com. I can't tell. Anyway, let me go ahead and read the synopsis. The story follows Keisuke Nijima, who lost his beloved wife, Takai, 10 years ago, and their daughter, Mei. They may have been in a state of despair since Takai's death. One evening, an elementary school girl visits Nijima's family, claiming to be a reincarnation of Takai. At first, they don't believe her, but the girl continues to give them information that only the family knows. Keisuke and Mei soon recognize her as Takai, and the three begin to act together as a family. That sounds honestly really good. I'm gonna definitely check that out. 100% I'm checking that out. Rurouni Kenshin, never saw it, don't care. For personal reasons, but okay. MF Ghost Season 2, never watched MF Ghost, so haven't seen it. Nina, the Starry Bride. I'm probably already going to check this out because I already know what it's about, but we're going to read the synopsis anyway. Nina, a girl living as an orphan in the Fortuna Castle town, happens to have eyes in the same deep blue hue as lapis lazuli. Just as the god of the stars, they're also the same color as the eyes of the recently deceased princess Alicia. For that reason, when the second prince of Fortuna, Azure, discovers Nina, he ordains that she will live as the princess of Alicia's place. As substitute princess and priestess of the stars, Nina is obligated to become the false bride of Set, the first prince of the large neighboring nation of Golgotha. After the third month has passed, despite being at the mercy of fate, Nina is just happy to feel needed by someone. What is it that her open, honest eyes see? The destinies of all the players on the stage begin to move when they make up their minds to protect the ones they love. Yeah. I mean, it just sounds good, so I'm definitely going to just check that out because it just sounds good. So we got another mid-sounding isekai, but we'll check out the synopsis here. Pretty short. Okay. The story follows Rost, a healer who can only use one basic spell, and is expelled from the first class party for being too weak. While the leader of that party realizes how great his abilities actually are after hiring another healer, Ross finds new friends that Narcena who support him and in his rise to the top. Yeah, I mean, mid isekai basically, or mid fantasy, whatever it is. Goodbye Dragon Life, probably also mid, but we'll check it out. Long ago, the most ancient and divine dragons was slain by a human. The mighty dragon accepted his death when suddenly it was reborn as Dolan, a man who lives in a quiet village. While spending another peaceful day toiling in the fields, he meets Selena, a half-human, half-snake looking creature, looking for a partner. The unlikely duo become friends, but challenges lie in that threaten their new bond. I mean, honestly, that kind of sounds like a funny, wholesome fantasy mid fantasy, and I kind of like those mid ones that are kind of more slice of lifey. So I may check that one out, but it does say action adventure down there, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll give it a couple episodes and see if it's any good. I'm not reading that title, but we can read the synopsis. Noel has grown up idolizing his grandfather, a legendary adventurer of the class known as Seekers. But when it comes time for Noel to set out on his own, much to his dismay, he turns out to be a talker, a support class with meager abilities. But Noel's got ambition in spades and the smarts to match, so he's determined to do whatever it takes to make the world know his name. I mean, I may check that out. It sounds kind of mid, though, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know. I think everything sounds mid nowadays, to be honest. I've seen too many anime. Love Live Sunshine, Superstar Season 3, haven't seen the first 2 seasons. But I will eventually, because I am a Love Live fan, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Ao no Miburo, I don't know what this is, but we will read the synopsis. In 1863, the twilight of the shogunate, and Japan is on the cusp of monumental change. The streets of the nation's capital are soaked in blood and political upheaval and rising tensions between masterless wandering ronin and government samurai set the stage for one of the most turbulent times in Japan's history. Young orphan Neo is no stranger to the harsh realities of the world, and yet he can't help but cling to his burning passion for justice and desire to change the world for the better. One day, he crosses paths with 2 men who will become central figures of the coming revolution, Hijikata Toshizo and Okita Shoji, 2 of the founding members of a group of hated ronin known as the Miburo, who would later become known as the Shinsengumi, inspired by the efforts of the so-called Blues Wolves of Mibu. Neo decides to join the ranks and to help carve the path of the world he wishes to see. But with new betrayals and reversals every day, will Neo be able to stay true to his conscience? That sounds pretty good, honestly. I'm definitely going to check that one out. For sure. Magi Lumiere. I'm not sure if I'm going to check out the Magi Lumiere anime, because I do like the manga, don't get me wrong. It's really good. I've even made a video on it. I don't know, though. The anime just doesn't look that good. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, it just really doesn't look that good. They did not do the art style justice at all. And I know it's not that hard. I know sometimes it's, harder, easier said than done, but like, man, JC staff ruins so much good stuff, bro. I swear to God. I ain't trying to hate on JC staff, but like, it's factual statements, man. It's factual statements. The do-over damsel conquers the Dragon Emperor. Probably gonna check this out, but we're gonna read the synopsis anyway. Jo breaks out of prison the night before she's set to be executed by her fiancé, Crown Prince Gerald. She's struck by an arrow while escaping, but instead of dying, she's transported 6 years into the past to the night she and Gerald met. Desperate to alter fate, she instead proposes to the first man she sees, Hades Theos Rave, her enemy in the future. This is her last chance to get it right. Yeah, I mean, that just sounds funny and great, so I'm definitely gonna check that out. That's 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of the Apocalypse. I do not care, because I still haven't even finished the original 7 Deadly Sins. Nagaki no Bore ha Inte Shite. I don't know why I read that, and it sounds and looks mid. It's the golden age of treasure hunters, adventurers hungry for wealth, fame, power, and glory, who risk their lives in treasure vaults throughout the world. Let's become treasure hunters. Cry and his childhood friends swore to become the greatest of them all, but that dream should have died the day Cry realized he wasn't cut out for the job. Yet expectations continue to mount, right along with Cry's fear of his life. While his childhood friend climbs closer towards their dream, their grieving soul is one simple wish: to pack it all in and retire. Yeah, sounds mid. How I Attained an All Guys Mixer. That already sounds like a yaoi. Let's see. College student Tokiwa gets invited to a mixer by his female classmate Suo, but when he arrives with his friends, they're greeted by 3 dazzlingly handsome men. But as the 2 groups get to know each other, they find themselves getting closer in unexpected ways. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a yaoi. And I'm not hating on yaoi, but it's not really my thing, so I'm not gonna go check it out. Let's see. This art style looks interesting. Let's see. Kurumi Mirai is in the first year of high school. She enrolled in the junior high section of the Return Magic School, the world's only facility for mages that approved by the International Mage League and able to work under the royal families when she graduates. And she was always at the top of the class. However, when she applies for the high school section and took the examination to get into a mage training class, Megumi she wasn't able to get in spite of full scores on the top of the class for the whole 3 years. There are some students in the class next to her that takes that class. Among that, there's someone she admires, Howell Kurumi Mirai, who is extraordinary brain but didn't get into be a mage candidate, tried to overcome and grow up. What is the aim of Minami Suzuki, a loyal mage who suddenly appears to be the homeroom teacher? This is a relaxing story of her growth. Honestly, that actually sounds pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And the art style looks interesting. It is JC Staff, as I already just roasted them earlier, but I mean, you know, hey, JC Staff can do some good things occasionally, not very often, but occasionally. Let's see. Let's check this one out. I'm not reading that title. Let's see. Money, woman, organs. K, a high school boy frequents the underground mahjong parlor, teeming with desires, earning him the monster K of Ice. In the underworld, due to his cold-hearted strategy and stylish gameplay, rumors also circulate that he keeps a girl at his home. It's literally just a mahjong anime. Honestly, that sounds great. I don't know if I'm going to check it out, but it sounds great. Just a mahjong anime, just off rip. And a badass sounding one at that. Okay, so we have Acro Trip. Let's see. Chizuku, who lives in Sakai City, Niigata Prefecture, is an otaku girl who is a big fan of magical girl Berry Blossom, who protects the city against an evil organization, Fossa Magna. However, nobody was worried about the battle of the two anymore because Chroma, the wicked evil villain, is too lazy and weak. So Chizuku decided, I want to make my magical girl shine more. That desire leads to the shy junior high student down a strange evil path. Strange evil path. I mean, honestly, I might check it out. It sounds like a funny comedy series, but I don't know. It may or may not be good, so we'll see. This one's another comedy. Comedy supernatural. Rookie teacher Haruka Abe is cowardly as they come. It's hardly enough for him to handle human students without whimpering, and now he's going to be teaching a school full of monsters. It's a classroom of horrors for Haruki, as his mischievous students use every means at their disposal to prank him. Will this poor teacher be able to get his group of ghouls under control, or is this class destined for failure? That does sound pretty funny, honestly, I will admit. So we got Trillion Game. Let's see. Old schoolmates Haru and Gaku will do anything to achieve success, and success to them means earning $1 trillion. Hey, same! But to do so, they'll need to take full advantage of their own unique skills. Haru is a persuasive and confident speaker who can connect with anyone, while Gaku, although awkward, is an expert programmer. Will their combined talents be enough to make their dream a reality? I'm not a huge fan of that art style, I'm not gonna lie. It does sound decent, but I'm not a huge fan of that art style. I don't know, I may check it out, but that art style is kind of putting me off a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. It is Madhouse, so it's definitely gonna be well animated. That's the very least we can say. Let's see, we got whatever that is. Haigakura. Nozomu wants to be a writer, but for now, she's just trying to find the right story. Walking home from school one day, she bumps into some guys, and even though it's an accident, they hassle her until she is saved by a mysterious man. His name is Ichiyo, and he is searching for gods. Nozomu sends him along his way, only to be approached by Tenko, who is searching for his master. Nozomu reunites with Ichiyo and Tenko and their abusive relationship, and gets a view of another world. The two men are on a journey to find the gods. The world that was once supported by 4 evil gods has fallen into crisis. Using song and dance, it is up to the Kashkins to bring back the god which is fled from their continent. That definitely sounds mid. I mean, honestly, it doesn't sound that bad, but like, it looks mid and it kind of sounds mid, so it's probably gonna be mid. And I don't know Typhoon Graphics, but I feel like I've heard that name before, and I'm pretty sure they make nothing but mid. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong though. I don't know what this is, but I think maybe. Nega Posi Angler. This anime story centers around Tsunehiro Sasaki, a university student with a large debt, and is told by his doctor that he only has 2 years left to live. Living the rest of his days in depression, Tsunehiro only one day gets chased by a debt collector and falls into the sea. He is rescued by Hana, a girl who loves fishing, and her fishing friends, including Takanaki. Hana urges Tsukuniro to experience fishing for the first time in his life, and he starts to develop friendship with the other fishing enthusiasts. Things start looking up for Tsunehiro as he starts working at the convenience store where Hana and Takai work. and he slowly gets hooked on into fishing. That sounds amazing as hell. That is criminal that this is this low. That sounds amazing as shit. That I'm definitely watching that. Never watched Komorebi, so I don't really care. There's Prince of Tennis. Never seen Prince of Tennis. It does look hilarious, but I haven't seen it. There's Idolmaster. Don't really care. Don't know what this is. Yeah, it's just some mid-looking comedy. It's Toho, so Toho it is. Never watched Tombo. Tono to Inu. It's just another comedy slice of life. It looked like a comedy slice of life. Honestly, it looks okay. Maybe I'll check that out. I don't know. Scroll down here real quick. Let's check these out. Definitely watching this because I love Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Great anime. Let's see here. Anything else that looks decent? Not really. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be watching for the next season, guys. You guys can give me your thoughts on what you guys might be watching next season down in the comments below, and I'll see you next week with another video. Bye.